Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. This is the first video of this channel where we will be talking about how to approach the board exams for class 10th. This video is specially for class 10th, where in this video we'll talk about what are the points which a class 10 student must know in order to excel or perform good in their upcoming board exam. So as we all know, today is almost mid of the January and we have almost 1 month left for our exam. So what are the pointers that we need to follow? Let's proceed into that. So first, let's talk about where you belong. Also, don't miss out the last point because that will be very helpful for you. So make sure you make it till the end so that you know the last point and the upcoming points as well. So first, let's talk about where you belong. Now there must be multiple students, and if we talk about, there might be students who have been consistent throughout the years, and they have been doing all the they have been completing their syllabus all the time. So now they are only left with revisions and probably a couple of sample papers in order to know where they really stands. However, there will be other students as well who are not actually given their best, and they will be somewhere in the middle of the syllabus. So according to your own standing, you must access your plan. For example, if there is a person who has completed his syllabus, he can focus on, you could say, revision and other sample papers and question bank, whereas of course the middle student must be focusing on completing the syllabus before trying out for revision. So let's talk about other thing, that is resources. Now resources have been a good part of any students, but I would advise you not to go for multiple resources, rather than stick to NCRT and maximum one or two limited resources, because if you go for multiple resources, your mind will automatically dilute and overall it won't be much beneficial to place or use multiple resources for a simple board exams. You don't need to. If there are multiple questions that will be asked from NCRT, you would of course focus on NCRT rather than getting new types of questions which are not required in the exam. So lock your resources, those same resources which you have been completing for the year, and you will have to double down in this crucial time as well. Now the next point is taking a look at the syllabus. Now this is another important thing, that although you might have known the syllabus throughout the year, but still I would advise you, once go to the syllabus. After going through the syllabus, check out if the topics that are written in the syllabus are covered within you. If not, there is a rectification where you can learn those topics once again, and also you can check the sample paper once. I will put the syllabus and sample paper link in the description so that you can go once and check. At least from sample paper, you can, official sample paper of course, you can see what kind of questions that are asked in this year or as well as the previous years sample paper. By this you will be understand what type of question actually will be asked in the exam when you will be sitting in there for 3 hours. So make sure you take a look at both of them. Of course, I will put the link in the description once again. So let's go for another point, that is replacing distractions. Now listen, distractions have been an integral part of our life for many years. I would say from the lockdown or from the time when we have this smartphone in our hands. So I would say it's not very good, and it won't be possible to avoid all the distractions at once. It is not going to be overnight, so the process should be gradual. I would advise you, instead of, if you are giving 2 to 3 hours for gaming videos and other distracting videos, you can shift those videos to study related tips, and you could say one shot videos, which will automatically help you later in the exams and other studies as well. It also helps in improving your habits, and it will automatically help the overall growth of the body as well as the mind. So instead of avoiding the distractions, it's better to replace them. And at last, the most important point is, start fearing out if you aren't and stop fearing if you are. So what does this mean? This, the first sentence are for those students who have not been consistent throughout the years, and now they might have a panic about the exam because they haven't given enough effort. So I would say now your fear should be the main motivation to you know give your efforts towards the studies. now is not the time to relax down, and I would advise you go through all the resources, important topics, and fetch maximum marks out of it. Now next, talking about stop fearing. If you are, that means if you have been a consistent student, you might fear about not getting the exact reward, that the exact, you could say, reward you were expecting from the efforts you have given throughout the year. But you don't have to worry. This fear indicates the sign that you have given enough efforts for the goal. So God will automatically give the decisive reward that you deserve. And of course, even if you are not able to give your best on the same exam date, it does not matter, because the basics that you have cleared throughout the year will be your advantage in the upcoming classes and upcoming years. So you don't have to worry. Now of course, this was the first video of this channel. If you have any doubt or any query, or if you want any selective topics, you can write those things in the description, and I will see you next time. Thank you everyone for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe the channel as well. Thank you everyone.